All
I
right,
tell you how to
man.
keep Brady from winning a Super Bowl.
How's that?
Trade him to the Cowboys.
That's it right there. There you go, Dallas fans. You go ahead and hit like if you agree with that. If you go ahead and hit subscribe. Uh, hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Y-TiSTiCS. I'm Chris Fox, and today you have tuned into a treat. This one should be fun. I got a real good friend of mine, known him for many years. Definitely my brother. He's definitely family. Everybody, welcome Capital T. How you doing, T?
How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, man. So I'm excited to have you. I definitely was hoping you would do the show one day, and you just chimed right in when I asked you and said, I am in. So it's good to see you. I love the ensemble because we're definitely going to talk some Gators today. We're definitely going to talk some Star Wars today. But you've heard the show. You've always, honestly, you've been there since day one. I appreciate. Um, but usually, uh, with the people I normally talk sports with, that's kind of where I start out with. So we're going to do that today because the draft is right around the corner. And that always, I mean, that was always kind of a thing for us as we would sit down and watch the draft. So with the draft coming up, you're a Niners fan despite your Gator hat. So what are the need for the Niners versus probably what they're actually going to do, right?
I guess quarterback is the need. Jimmy G just can't stay healthy. When he's healthy, they're a Super Bowl team, but he's been healthy one season since they've been there. They're going to go quarterback.
I should have looked it up before the show. Do you know around where you guys were picking?
Third.
Third. Okay. You guys are set to get a pretty good pick then. So you're not getting Trevor Lawrence because we know Urban's going to take him. He's already alluded to the fact that that's the direction he's leaning. So you're probably looking at either North Dakota or the BYU kid. Or are you guys going to shock the world and take the Justin Fields?
Everything I'm hearing say they're going to shock the world and take Mac Jones. They say
Oh,
Mac
wow.
Jones is the pick, and I'm not sold on Alabama quarterbacks.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because I'm an Ohio State fan, as you know this, the Ohio State. And I say that all the time. Anybody talks with me about Ohio State sports, I say that we have a wonderful system and the quarterbacks look awesome until they get to the NFL. Alabama kind of has done the same thing. Tua, I guess you could say Jalen Hurts is technically an Alabama quarterback. You were talking about that earlier before the show. But like you said, where is the big Alabama quarterback? Is Mac Jones going to be finally the breakout guy?
I mean, you throw to the receivers and have the offensive line he's got in college, anybody looks good. I don't know. I personally would rather have the North Dakota State kid just because the upside is so much better and you really don't know what you're getting. With Mac Jones, you know, he's only thrown to great receivers with an awesome offensive line and Najee Harris in the backfield. I mean, do you really want to take another chance of him being A.J. McCarron or somebody like that, and you're stuck with somebody who's stuck in the pocket and can't move? At least the boy from North Dakota State, he's got wheels. He can move.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you end up with a Brady level talent in the first round, and that's different skill set, of course, but a kid that isn't necessarily at the forefront. He's not in the Heisman race, but maybe he's teachable, and you guys actually get something good.
You know what I want?
What do you
want? Trade back and take Trask. I love Kyle Trask.
Tell me why you like Kyle Trask. Tell me the reason again.
I'm a big Gator fan, but he took so much heat in the bowl game because none of his starters played. Kyle Pitts didn't play, none of the receivers played, but he come out and told Gator Nation, I'm playing. I owe it to y'all to play. And he lost money. He lost draft status just playing in that game against Oklahoma. He looked really bad. But the fact that he stepped up knowing he didn't have to play and playing, I gained so much respect for that kid. That says a lot to me.
Yeah, you got a kid that's playing for the game and not for the paycheck in college, and that's kind of a rarity. I agree with you there. What is the big shock in the draft this year? What's going to happen? Everybody's going to be like, "Whoa!"
I believe Seattle trades Russell Wilson.
Really, for a draft pick, or at least it's included in the deal type thing.
if the Bears don't give him everything they want for him, they need to fire the whole staff. I mean, you haven't had a quarterback since McMahon.
What are you talking about?
Took you to a Super Bowl, but let's be honest, that was Rex Grossman.
You're gonna tell me that Kyle Orton and Russell Wilson don't have the same skill set? That's what you're gonna tell me?
You gonna tell me they do?
Absolutely not.
The only Purdue quarterback you want is Breeze.
That's right. So let's talk about your Gators. Who's the highest draft pick from Florida this year?
Kyle Pitts, by far. Kyle Pitts. Maybe, in my opinion, skill set for skill set, maybe the best player in the draft. I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm Florida, but he can play tight end or he can be your leading receiver. He's going to be money in the red zone. He's going to be, I mean, he runs a 4.5, 4.6 40 at his size. If you take Trevor Lawrence out of this draft, Kyle Pitts is a no miss. I mean, no miss. I would love for San Francisco to take him.
I read something today that I think it said that Pitts has the largest wingspan, like in the draft, like the last 20 years or something like that.
It wouldn't shock me. I mean, Kyle Pitts, I mean, he's probably the best receiver in this draft. And that's saying a lot because you got Jamar Chase and Waddle and Devontae Smith who won the Heisman. But just skill set for skill set, I think Pitts is a better receiver than those three. And he's big and he can block in the run game too as a tight end.
So without having the draft board in front of us, it might be a challenge, but where does he go?
I think Pitts ends up falling to 4 or 5.
Okay. All right. We will.
If I was Joe Burrow, I would be begging Cincinnati to take him that good.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of quarterbacks are watching.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're forgetting about the Brady factor. He can make anything happen, and all of a sudden, Pitts falls to Tampa Bay, right?
Oh yeah, that may have. Well, Gronk might not like that.
Thanks for watching another episode of Y-TiSTiCS. Browse the channel, click like, subscribe, and leave me lots and lots of comments, guys. Hey, don't forget about the weekly podcast, and we're going live April 29th for the draft. Go ahead and find our Facebook page. Check us out. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you here on Y-TiSTiCS. Hey, why not?